Today I'm going to be breaking down every single type of ad creative that your DTC brand should be running, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to make them. Nobody else has given this kind of information out there. And if you pay attention to this, I can assure you, you will be making some insane revenue numbers. Okay, so what makes me even qualified to talk about this? Well, I've made over 500 pieces of ad creative every single month for the past 3 years for some of the world's leading D2C brands: Chomps, SolarWave, True Earth, Govee, Aloha, Nip and Fab, just to name a few. There's an absolute ton more. The goal of this video, I want to show you what you should be making. A lot of people online chatting a lot of rubbish about ad creative, what works, what doesn't work, but a lot of them have no experience. I have the experience, and we are going to be talking about what you should be making and how you can make it, because believe it or not, I actually make a lot of the ad creative that we give to our clients. First-hand experience. I've been in this industry for over 10 years. So, like it mentions here, we have two core types of ad creative. What are they? Well, let's start with probably the most popular. Everyone probably sees it all the time, and it is static ads. Static ads are really great. You can see a few samples here that we've made for clients in the past. There's some supplement stuff here. There's some CPG stuff here. There's some tech stuff. You've probably seen this type of ad creative before. It's probably, the majority of people, when you go on Facebook or you go on Instagram, you see this type of ad creative. Okay, so why? Why do we see this all the time, and what makes it so great? Well, it's super easy to make, first of all. It's fast, you can turn around graphics pretty quickly, internally or agency level, whatever. It gets your message across to the user really quickly. And also, they can be really high brand or fairly lo-fi. If we look at these examples, these are all fairly high branded, but I'll show you some examples in a bit which are maybe potentially a little more lo-fi that you really can turn around really quickly. I'm an advocate for static ads. I think they are fantastic in your ad account. They work brilliant, but at heart, I'm a video guy, and that's the other type of ad creative we're going to be talking about in just a second. But let's carry on focusing on our videos, on our photos, sorry. So the not so good things about statics, first of all, it's limited on placements. You're missing out on a lot of placements on Meta and basically the entire platform in TikTok. But when we look at, Meta, for example, you're missing out on stories, really, because people aren't going to pay attention to a static story. You're missing out on reels. There's a lot of placements there that you're missing out on. Also, normally, statics, believe it or not, sit towards the bottom of the funnel. And the reason for this is that's just the way that if you target broad, that's just the way it ends up with Meta. So not great for top of the funnel work. And you can kind of see by this kind of stuff, it would be very difficult for you to discover and educate yourself by using a static ad, right? Also, it's not great for telling a larger story. You have one frame out of multiple within a video, right? So that's another reason. If you want to tell a bigger story and you want to get people really invested in educating people on your brand, statics probably aren't the way to go. Finally, the creativity overall can be limited. You only have, a select amount of angles, a select amount of ways that you can talk about a story. You know what I mean? You get very limited by the type of creative that you can make. We do this every single day at Fraggle, and even we end up repeating ourselves sometimes. So now what I really want to do is show you some angles, some concepts, some of my favorite concepts of static ads. And one of them is the call out. The call out is so powerful. It's a really quick way to showcase your product along with the main USP. So let's have a look at this example here that we made from NutriBurst. So this is one of ours that we made, and you can see hair, skin and nails, NutriBurst, the shortcut to your beauty goals. We've got the call outs with images, beautiful nails, glowing youthful skin, fuller, shinier hair. We're giving all the USPs of the product along with showing the products at the same time. Brilliant static. I love these. We didn't make this one, but I think it's a fantastic angle, a great static. Us versus them. At the end of the day, your buyer they're going to be asking themselves a lot of questions before they purchase from you. Okay. And one of them is, should I buy this brand or this brand? And normally they're competing, you're competing with one of the big household names. Well, let's answer the question for them. Okay, which one is better, and lay it out just like this. We use this stuff on our landing pages, so why don't we use it in our creative? Next, before and after. Listen, these sometimes get passed on Meta, sometimes they don't, but they are so powerful because results sell. Yeah, right. Results sell, especially when it comes to beauty products, hair products, stuff where people really feel emotional about this stuff, right? Listen, I'm a balding 28-year-old. This kind of advert, if I saw this, would pull me in. I'd be like, hang on a second. I don't want to lose my hair like this guy. I'm going to buy this product, because results sell, and before and afters are perfect for that. Finally, this is probably the most popular type of static angle, and you see it all the time. The big headline, a big bold claim at the top of your video, and then further down we just show the product. Lovely bit of social proof here. These work because we're grabbing people from the timeline, and that's exactly what we need to do in statics. Let's have a look at video ads. Video ads probably the most popular type of creative. Now you can see a few samples here that we've made, playing some looping GIFs here, but essentially, in my mind, because I'm a video guy, videos are just the best way to tell your story when it comes to ad creative. So why are they so great? Well, first of all, they're the opposite to a static ad, because these are really great for storytelling. It captures the attention way better than a static ad ever could, because you can do way more. But also, as well as capturing attention, it also holds attention very well, because you're giving them a reason to watch. You won't stand and look at a photograph for 20 minutes. You'd stand and watch a video for 20 minutes because it's entertaining us, right? Same goes for video ads. You'd sit and watch, what you think might not be a video ad, let's say, but you could even sit and watch an advert and you still be entertained. And once again, these can be high brand or lo-fi as well. These are UGC examples, these two here on either side. So these are what I'd say is more lo-fi. This one in the middle is like much more high production. We shot this one on like a £10,000 camera. It's much more high branded. Okay. And again, one of the reasons why video works so well is right now it fits perfectly into our viewing habits. We love video. We spend most of our time watching TikToks. And so why wouldn't you want to fit into the viewing habits of your customer with video, right? Let's talk about not so great. I don't believe they're fantastic for retargeting. I think that's probably best left to the static ads. That's normally what works best. Also, they can look cheap very quickly if the editing isn't great. If, something like that, it can damage your brand if done wrong. When it comes to video, it's a bigger skill set. It can be really difficult. And also, there's a higher barrier to entry. Less so now when we have things like CapCut and all this. But if you want to make a video, you have to hire someone or do it yourself. You have to have a decent enough camera, good sound, good lighting, good editing, great script, all that kind of stuff. A static, you just need copying an image. That's it, right? So lots of good points, lots of bad points. Let's talk about, we have like two real like styles, I'd say. But when it comes to angles, we have endless amounts of angles and ideas that we can do. But normally your videos will fit into a UGC. Like we said before, it's more lo-fi. It's normally self-shot by someone. And then we have this high production stuff. Again, these are two examples that we created at Fraggle. So we've got the high production, we shot this over, like 8 hours, whatever, to make these ads. So you can see you can go really high branded or you can go much more lo-fi, and it depends on the customer, it depends on the platform, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't put a high production on TikTok, but I would put a UGC on TikTok. So let's highlight some of my favorite concepts, my favorite angles when it comes to video ads. This one, product videos. Listen, product videos, high production, normally I'd say are just fantastic, and I love them. It's product first. It helps you sell the product to new and old customers and really show your products in a brilliant light. Problem solution is probably the most popular video ad. You probably see this all the time, and the reason for that is because it answers the main question: how can I fix this problem that I have? This example here was for a laundry brand that we did, and it's, look, I've spilt my coffee on my sheets. How do I fix it? Well, this is how you fix it. Problem solution works great for UGC. We've got spokesperson ads here. This one is a high production spokesperson ad. They normally are, but they can take many different forms. These are very direct response. Think like Harmon Brothers back in like the early 2000s. They give your brand some personality. You can have fun with them. Like, this one. So do you want a smooth sack, but you don't want to spend thousands of dollars? It's humorous. You can afford to be like that in spokesperson ads. And then finally, we've got the UGC mashup. So if you let this one play a little bit, you'll see, but essentially what you're doing here, they're normally led by a voiceover, could be an AI voiceover nowadays, could be a creator, but you're mashing a load of footage that you have on Google Drive together. Really great for social proof and very easy to make. Now, we have some secret sauce, okay, and that is the GIF. Right, so this is a secret sauce that mixes both video and image together. So you might want a nice mix of the both. And that's where GIFs come in. This is one that we made here for Chomps. And you can tell it's just this really easy, what could possibly, if you just took a frame of that, work as a static, but we're animating it. The reason we do that is because we want to take advantage of the low CPMs that come with video. And they're really easy to make. All you need to do is take a static that you've designed and then just find a way to animate it in some way, whether it's the background, things popping on, text changing, whatever it is. That's what we want to do. Make it a video. Simple, easy. They're normally under 10 seconds normally, and they're normally based around a static ad. These are such a secret hack. They're so fantastic. Now, how do we make statics? Okay, so we spoke about this before, why they're so great. So let's talk about now how you make them. Okay, we're going to talk about whereabouts they sit in the funnel in just a second, but let's talk about the steps to make video ads first. Okay, video ads, like I mentioned, a bit more harder because the barrier of entry, but they all kind of start in the same place, which is you want to find inspiration. We use a great tool called Foreplay. There's a link to it in the description. You can have a look at that, but essentially it's a great way to see and save what others are doing in the market. Want to see what people are doing in the pet niche? Search for pets. Hey presto. Also, TikTok organic, YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, all great place to see what's trending and see what you can take from there. Once you've done that, step 2 is to plan it. I'd normally always argue to use your customer reviews. The reason that we do this is because that's how your customers are speaking. That's what they care about your product, right? So form the scripts from your reviews. I can make another video going further into this. If you want, leave a comment and let me know if that's something that that you'd be into. But essentially, your scripts can take the form of just like a caption list. It can be, you know, shot list, whatever it is, depending on the concept. But essentially, we want to get down on paper what we want to create here. If you're working with an outside source, even more important. And then we come to casting. If it's creating a UGC, then you want to find a creator that works for you. Great places, Twitter, TikTok, casting websites, they normally work best for this type of thing. If we're talking high production and actors, we just want to go straight to the casting websites. We want someone professional that can work with us on set. Finally, shooting this stuff. Let the creator shoot with your guidance. We normally lay out the shots that we want so we know what we get. Again, I can make another video on this as well if you want, but essentially, let them shoot with your guidance, or even just film it yourself. If you're just starting out in this industry, don't waste money on things you don't have to. Grab your phone and film it yourself. Or if you're a little bit higher up the chain, hire an agency like ourselves and we can help you out there. But you definitely, you know, you don't need to do that. It depends on where you are in your company. Step 5, edit. Again, you can hire an agency to do this and they'll take care of the entire thing for you. You can hire a creator that can edit for you, or you can edit yourself. Adobe, you know, higher barrier to entry, but a great piece of software that we use, or it's free, CapCut. This thing is one of the most powerful pieces of software, free software, which is out there. So think about that when you're making video ads. Then after that, give it a few watches over and get it live. We want to see some results. So what about static ads? It's even easier. Look, there's only 3 steps. First of all, find inspo. Same thing we did for the video ads. Foreplay, great place to do that. Secondly, write your copy. Use customer reviews. Why are people buying your product? Choose a style. Write your copy to go along with it. You can even use ChatGPT. There's some great videos out there that help you write copy with ChatGPT. There's even some like ChatGPT plugins at this point that can help you. Finally, design it. Okay, so if we're designing the static, what can we do? We can use Canva, we can use Figma, we can use Photoshop. So many great ways to design it from scratch. If you want to go one step further, I run a little template business called Creative OS. You can get free templates that you can open in Canva and Figma, and you can make statics from a template. That is how easy it is. A link to that in the description if you want to have a look. So that's all great. So we've picked our advert, we've made our advert, but now whereabouts do they sit in the funnel? Well, I made this little guide and hopefully this will help you. So let's break down what the funnel is. First of all, top of the funnel, core focus here, we want to educate the customer. Middle of the funnel, here we want to dial in the customer and start to sell the product. Bottom of the funnel, we want to win the customer, and we want them to know the product by this point, and now we want to turn the key, we want to make them want it. So top of the funnel, what are we thinking here? UGC educational videos, product demos, we spoke about them before, UGC testimonials, studio videos, product showcase statics, call out statics. Any way that you can educate your customer, that's where it needs to sit, at the top of the funnel. Finally, second, middle of the funnel, us versus them statics. Remember, we mentioned it before. We want to plant the seed in people's brain of why you're better than your competitors. Us versus them statics are great for that. Review statics, social proof, carousel ads, so underused and can be so powerful, especially on platforms like Meta. Lifestyle videos, similar to the product video, but we're placing it in the hands of the customer in a location, high production. Finally, UGC product videos. Again, at this point, remember, we want to dial in the customer, we want to start to sell them, we want to push them on the benefits a little more. Bottom of the funnel, now we want to make them want it. How do we do that? Review statics, okay? People love to buy from people. Offer-based statics, pull them in, 20% off, buy one, get one free. I don't care, whatever it is, an offer helps people click off and purchase your product. Carousel ads, again, let's use them again here. UGC testimonials, people buy from people, and studio production. Finally, we want to show how fantastic your product is in a lovely environment. So now that you've watched this video, you should have a good idea of what types of ad creative you can make and how to make it and where it sits in the funnel. We have answered the question, every ad creative your D2C brand should be running and how to make them. Thanks very much for watching. I really enjoyed making this. If you want to hit subscribe, please do. I'd love to have you on board. More breakdown videos like this coming soon. Also, like the video. I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. I'll see you soon.